coming to you from Schooner Estates at the Lewiston, Auburn Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce Brewing Connections. It's Lydia's Lunch Bunch, LA's afternoon morning show with Mark right now. We may be hearing from Sarah and Pam a little later on, but I'm covering intro duties today. It's a little different format for us. We're just getting used to the schedule here, so bear with us. We are covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Give us a listen at LydiaMediaLLC.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@LydiaMediaLLC.com. Today's show is brought to you by United Piping, serving residential and commercial customers with new installations and repairs. Call today and schedule your oil and gas boiler cleanings at 754-4556. UPI, the best plumbers around. And by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it, squatch it. At 5 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com. And remember, the party starts at Ruper's. Let's take a look at some headlines for Thursday, March the 13th. The Maine Senate failed to enact Governor Mills's supplemental budget as an emergency measure that would have provided $118 million in Medicare funding. Mills described the result as, quote, a grave disappointment. Senator Angus King introduced legislation to support volunteer programs that deliver food to older, more vulnerable Americans. The bill would increase the charitable mileage tax deduction rate from its current 14 cents per mile to match the standard business rate of 70 cents per mile. In the weather, cloudy today with a high of 40 and a low of 23. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 50 and a low of 27. And cloudy throughout the weekend with a chance of rain on Sunday. High temps will be in the 50s. In sports, the Celtics lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder 118-112. Boston will visit the Miami Heat tomorrow night. The Bruins visit the Ottawa Senators tonight at 7, and Ella Levine's 34 points led the CMCC women's basketball team over Cincinnati Claremont 67-62 in the USCAA National Tournament. The Mustangs advance to the semifinals. It's time for Famous People Birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
Let's take a look at FPBs for March the 13th. Shanna Cox is here.
People birthdays.
How you doing?
I thought I was overhearing some famous people birthdays, and I was like, I'm just going to pop in.
I'm going to start over because you're here.
Oh, that.
There's only 3 of them.
It's no Chuck Norris Day again, huh?
No Chuck Norris Day.
March 10th, where you at?
Not every day can be March 10th.
Boo.
Shanna Cox, President and CEO of the LA Chamber, joins me here for Famous People Birthdays. Shanna, today we're starting off with U2 bass player Adam Clayton.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's 65 years old today.
Wow.
Adam is he's a 22-time Grammy Award winner as a member of U2.
Does he just stop at some point? Is he just like, that's enough?
No.
Nominate somebody else.
And was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2005.
Oh, that's now. Recently.
Well, it was 20 years ago. 2005.
Oh, not 25.
Not 25. Did I say 25?
Again, no, I don't know. But again, he's peaked. Keep performing, and let the new guys get the awards.
I believe U2 has peaked as well. I was a fan back in the day.
Yeah.
You a U2 fan?
You can still be a fan. Yeah. Sunday Bloody Sunday. Does it not get your blood going?
Sarah's not a big U2 fan, all because of the iTunes debacle back in the day when they put a U2 album on her iTunes. Like, what is it now, 10 years?
She holds a grudge.
Sarah,
let it go.
Yeah, let it go. It's fine. Singer-songwriter Neil Sedaka, 86 years old today. His big hits include Breaking Up Is Hard to Do, Calendar Girl.
Oh,
yeah.
I bebopped around the house with those with my grandparents.
Yeah.
Did some sock hop songs. Is that what they would call them?
Why not? And rounding out FPBs for March the 13th is actor William H. Macy. You familiar?
Ooh, he's good.
He's real good.
He's creepy good, though.
He is.
Yeah.
75 years old today.
No.
Yeah. He's also a director, a screenwriter, and producer, 2-time Emmy Award winner, 4-time Screen Actors Guild Award winner, and I was surprised to learn this. He's never won an Academy Award.
Is it too late?
I don't think so.
I think he could get after it.
He could get after it.
He's pre-peak.
He's had such a great career,
He's no
though.
you too.
How is this guy never won an Academy Award?
I think he should focus on that right now.
Have you seen Fargo?
Yeah.
Everyone should have won an Academy Award.
Yes.
In that movie.
I'm in.
He also, for 10 years, played a recurring role as Frank Gallagher on the TV series Shameless.
Oh,
Have you ever seen that?
I don't think so.
I've never seen it, but
no.
I heard it's great.
It was probably on cable.
Yeah.
We were slow to get cable where I grew up. It's a true story. True story.
He's also been in Boogie Nights, Air Force One, Magnolia, Mystery Men.
What was the Marvel movie
done it
he
all.
did?
I don't know. I'm not a big Marvel movie guy.
I just see his piercing eyes when you say his name.
Now we're going to do some OTDs.
Let's do it.
On this day, Shanna, 3 years ago on this day in 2022, have you ever heard of a guy named Tom Brady?
That guy.
Yeah, well, he unretired from the NFL just to join the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and win another Super Bowl.
Hasn't he unretired maybe more than once?
I believe that guy.
Yeah.
Talk about peaking.
Yeah.
Right? He should have quit when Adam Clayton did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Now we're the ones holding a grudge.
You know what? And I'm okay with that.
No, this is an appropriate grudge to hold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Now I feel old. 33 years ago on this day, Shanna, in 1992, My Cousin Vinny was released.
I just want to correct you. 1992 was like 10 years ago.
It does seem that way.
33 years ago?
I mean,
Really?
talking about great, perfectly cast movies.
Oh, so classic.
So good.
Yeah.
And I believe Marissa Tomei won an Oscar for that.
I think she did.
Best supporting actress.
Yeah. She was so good in that. The chemistry between those two and the way they played off each other.
Yep.
I love sass. And there was just so much good sass and sarcasm.
She had sass to spare.
She really.
In that movie, no doubt about it. Did you ever watch Three's Company back in the day?
Oh, I loved that show.
Right?
Yeah.
46 years ago today, Shannon, in 1979, The Ropers, starring Norman Fell and Audra Lindley, debuted on ABC. It was the spin-off from Three's Company.
No.
Remember The Ropers? They were great. Yeah.
They had their own show.
Yes.
They were the neighbors.
Apparently it didn't last too long.
No.
'Cause you've never heard of it.
Was it simultaneous? Because I was watching Three's Company and I wasn't born till 80.
Was it simultaneous? Because Mr. Roper was replaced by Don Knotts, right? Norman Fell was replaced by Don Knotts.
yeah.
So they could have run simultaneously.
Right?
Maybe.
Listen,
Look, I'm going to have to...
your time warp stuff today is really messing with me.
All right, and rounding out OTDs for March the 13th, 173 years ago in 1852, Uncle Sam was first featured as a cartoon character in a magazine.
So Uncle Sam was not from 1776.
No, Uncle Sam is from 1852.
I think today's an educational day for us and the
I
listeners.
think it is too.
I love a good OTD.
Whether you want a sit-down meal or a grab-and-go, Pat's Pizza in Auburn offers delicious sandwiches, pasta, salads, and pizza at family-friendly prices. Pat's Pizza, serving the L.A. area since 1985. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 85 Center Street in Auburn. Online at patsauburn.com.
This is super cool, this Brewing Connections.
Thanks.
Wait, it's our first time here.
I love you guys being here today. Thanks so much. I know Sarah put in some time and had to slip away,
Yeah.
but thank you both for
She's
being
got another
here.
job or whatever.
She's incredible.
Yeah.
She's incredible.
She does it all.
What I love about this event is we're not only lifting up our existing members, because we have some members that are 140-year membership with us.
Goodness.
And so, of course things have changed for those businesses. And so, how do we highlight our current members, not just our new members, but our current members? And so it's a really fun format. It's 5 minutes, it's 5 slides. It keeps people really kind of concise about what they want.
Yeah.
And folks who attend love that they both get to hear those moments, understand something new that they might not have, but then they get to have some structured networking.
Yeah.
That's the buzz that you hear in the background. And you get our help so that you don't have to find your awkward way out of a conversation, and you get to meet the most amount of people that you can fit into an hour and still be at work by 9.
Yeah.
It's a really fun event.
It is. As soon as you took the microphone and kicked this event off this morning, it's been just nonstop.
Yeah.
It's very stimulating. And
It is very stimulating.
It is.
You better be a morning person.
yeah, you better be a morning person. And when people leave this event, they're fired up and ready to go.
Yeah.
They've met some new people. They've made some new connections. They may have made a sale. Who knows?
We hear incredible testimonials. So this was an event that we launched for the first time last year. And so as we were planning in November, we held an event. We do it every other month on odd months. And so I asked the crowd, how has this year been for you? What do you think about this event? Is it something that we should continue to do? And not only were folks in the room very kind of resounding, yes, but then folks reached out to us afterwards and gave us just incredible incredible, like, I've had $5,000 worth of business from the one day that I attended, or I have 3 new clients now, or I've got 4 new relationships and I've been able to, and so it's, people do business with people they know and trust.
Yep.
Particularly lead-based businesses, B2B businesses, and how do you get the time to like meet someone and build that trust and learn about them? And so that's what this is about, and we've seen it be not just fun, but really effective.
Yeah.
Which I love.
And it's a fairly new event.
Yeah.
And it's hugely successful.
Thanks.
And congratulations on that.
Thank you.
It's really
Thanks.
well done.
I love you being here to be able to participate in it.
Yeah.
You get a nice little background track for your,
That's right.
your
That's
podcast
right.
today. I'm going to help these folks get back to work on time, but thanks so much for being here.
Sure thing. You're invited to join Seniors Plus for their annual Fill the Plate breakfast on Friday, March 21st at the Hilton Garden Inn Riverwatch in Auburn. The event will benefit the Seniors Plus Meals on Wheels program and feature American Idol finalist Julia Gagnon and former Maine legislator Margaret Craven. Reserve your spot today at seniorsplus.org. Mark and Sarah hanging out with you at the Lewiston Auburn Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce Brewing Connections at Schooner Estates, and we are joined by Christopher Parody of Maine Apex Accelerator. Good morning, Christopher. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Yeah, thanks for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what Maine Apex Accelerator is all about?
Yeah, so I'm a Maine Apex Accelerator counselor, procurement counselor. I'm one of 7 counselors covering the state of Maine in providing small businesses with working with the government, how to do business with the government, either at the municipal, state, or federal levels.
This is the million-dollar question. How do you do business with the government?
Well, it depends. Really what we try to do is we help position companies and small businesses to be available to go after this business. So at the state level, you would have to register with the VSS, the Vendor Self-Serve System, become a qualified vendor. At the federal level, it would be something called sam.gov, which is a website that takes you a couple of hours actually to register, so it's very robust. And then at the municipal level, it can be certain size cities do have registrations and some don't. You can just look at your websites that they have across the state, like Lewiston, Auburn, Bangor, the larger city, Portland's have actual websites that have bids are due. Requests for bids,
sure.
And those kind of things.
Yeah. And how long have you been with this company?
Oh, I just been for 2 years with this. Before this, I worked for workforce development with a community college system, and Phillips Lighting, a local company called Elmet Technologies, for more than 30 years.
So you're serving small businesses here, and what qualifies as a small business in the state?
Technically, as a small business, you would be SBA rules and regulations based on NAICS codes, which is basically a code that identifies products and services. You can look up your code based on the product and services you have, and in turn what you do is it tells you you either have 500 employees or less, or it depends on sales, gross sales dollars.
Yep.
So you have like small manufacturing companies, like maybe small footwear manufacturer or a farm or something like that. That would be sort of
I think what people have the misnomer when they think about doing business with the government, they think it's all the large companies,
right.
Sikorsky's and BIW, General Dynamics, and we have people who have contracts to do landscaping at all the post offices. The post office is a government contract. We have people cleaning federal buildings across the state as well. There's all the border buildings across the state. That's all federal.
Yeah.
Acadia National Park. There's all those different opportunities, and that's at the federal level. And at the state level and the city level, there's everything that the city and state buys as well.
Wow. Didn't even really think about that.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing on the state level is about 70% of it's services, and only 30% of it is actually, widgets or goods.
Yeah.
And some people think it's, well, I'm a consultant, they won't buy my services, but I think services are a really big part of government contracting as well.
Great. So how do folks learn more about Apex?
Well, you can go to MaineApex.com and learn more about it. As I said, we're completely funded by the Department of Defense, Assistant Secretary of Defense Office of Small Business Programs, and so all our services are 100% free to any small business. All you have to do is go to our website, MaineApex.com, and there's a thing, become a client. You have to become a client to access our free services, but once you do that, one of our 7 counselors across the state will contact you and start the process and get a conversation going on how we can better position your company to do business with the government.
Fantastic. Great meeting you, Christopher. Thank you for your time today.
Yeah, nice meeting you guys. Have a happy spring and happy St. Patty's Day on this coming up Monday. I guess we all become Irish on Monday.
Yeah,
yeah.
let's do it.
I already was.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you. Now we are joined by Katie Lisnick, Executive Director for the Greater Androscoggin Humane Society. How you doing, Katie?
I'm doing well.
It's a familiar face.
Yes.
Our
Bright and
listeners know
early,
Katie.
smiles on
Yes.
people's faces. It's good.
And you're presenting today,
I
which
am.
is wonderful.
Yes.
Big event coming up next month that we are
Yeah.
all signed up for.
Yay.
Very excited.
I love it. Yeah.
boy.
What?
Are you going to run or walk?
I still don't know.
Okay.
I've been working on running, but my hip is in disagreement with the process.
Well, it's all for the dogs.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you walk or you run, if you have a dog with you or not.
I mean-
it's all for the dogs at the shelter.
Running is implied with the word dash for dogs.
It is. But it's also a strut your mutt. So
Oh, that's
if you
true.
bring Donkey,
I can't.
Yeah.
He's just
He
he's
may
a
not
menace.
enjoy it. Yeah, we want the dogs to enjoy it as
Yeah.
much as the people.
Right.
So definitely dogs that like other dogs.
I'll take pictures and show him.
yeah.
I'll take pictures and I'll show him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he can.
Yeah.
Enjoy
He
it
can-
vicariously
Yeah.
through
I'll
you.
just show.
Yeah.
I'll show him on my phone.
Okay.
He'll be fine.
So Katie, for folks who don't know what the heck we're talking about,
Yeah. Sounds like fun though, right?
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
What is the Dash for Dogs and when's it happening?
Yeah, so the Dash for Dogs is our annual walk and run that specifically benefits our dog programming, so our enrichment program, adoption, all the medical care that goes into taking care of the homeless dogs. And it happens on Sunday, April 27th, right in the morning. The run starts at 9, or the walk. It is timed, and there's different categories. You can participate with your dog. Registration is up and running. We've already got, I'd say, about 60 people signed up.
Nice.
And it's a kickoff to spring. It's one of the first runs that happens in the state. So it's just a great way to kind of get your feet wet and see if you want to do some other races this year.
So, Katie, I've shared with you that I am not in the best physical condition. What's the policy on motorized vehicles on the course?
Stop it.
Those we can't.
Okay.
It is your own power.
Gotcha. Okay.
But like we said, the dash can be as slow as you would like it.
All right.
It can be a slog.
All right.
It can
Yeah.
be, yes,
I just-
it can be a
slow jog
It can be a
slog.
creep. It can be
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you'd like.
You understand I had to ask.
You can
For my
borrow
own
a
safety.
cane. You can borrow a cane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do something.
Yeah.
What other good stuff is happening at the shelter?
Well, we've got amazing animals for adoption all the time. We're already starting to see the uptake and intake need. As the warmer weather starts, people come out of hibernation. We start to see people needing to move or just changes that are going to necessitate an animal needing to be rehomed. So definitely adoption. And then recruiting for our volunteer and foster program.
Yes,
Anyone interested, there are so many ways to get involved. And as we head into the warmer months, that activity, we really need those helping hands to make it work.
Kitten season is right around the corner.
Kitten season, if you have thought about fostering kittens is amazing.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And where can folks go online to get more info?
They can go to gahumane.org or Saving Pets in Maine. Sometimes that's easier to remember. Savingpetsinmaine.org. And that'll get you to all of our information. There's an event calendar. There's different ways to help, information about our programs, and then the ever important give button that helps people easily support our work.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I just want to touch on this real quick, the vaccination clinics that you offer and the wellness clinics.
Yeah, we're doing a vaccine clinic every single month except for December. So it's the third Saturday of every month. It starts at 9 a.m., goes until about 11:30. And March and April are going to be at the shelter just because weather, we want to make sure it'll happen. But then starting in May, we're out in the community. So we'll be in downtown Lewiston, we'll be in Minot, we'll be up in Rumford, we'll be in Livermore, getting out into our contracted communities to provide those vaccines, microchips, free pet food, a variety of services for pets in need.
Anyone who has tried to make an appointment with a veterinarian recently knows how important these clinics are. So thank you for offering that as well.
Absolutely.
And we're looking forward to the Golden Paw Awards as well in September.
September 18th.
So much fun.
Yeah.
She is Katie Lisnick, Executive Director for the Greater Androscoggin Humane Society. And if you'd like more information, as Katie said, go online to gahumane.org or savingpetsinmaine.org. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
Locally owned and locally focused, Lydia Media celebrates the heart of the greater Lewiston, Auburn area through 2 magazines, Uncle Andy's Digest and LA Metro Magazine, and the new Lydia's Lunch Bunch podcast. Each production shines a positive light on local businesses, nonprofits, events, and individuals making a difference in our community. Keep your advertising dollars local and position your business in front of your target audience with Lydia Media. Learn more at lydiamediallc.com. All right, so Sarah had to leave, and Pam did all her networking,
Yes, I did.
and now she's here.
Here I am.
Joining me for the second round of interviews. How was networking?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good.
Great to see so many people just so engaged, talking amongst each other, having a great time.
Did you catch that I wasn't hearing Shanna and I got in trouble for sitting too long?
Well, that doesn't surprise me at all.
What are you saying, Mark?
Maybe we can talk later. But right now, we have the pleasure of being joined by Gina Capra from the University of Southern Maine. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us today. Got to see your presentation. It was fantastic.
Thank you.
So for folks who didn't get to see it, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at USM?
Yeah, absolutely. So my role at University of Southern Maine is that I'm the Adult Student Success Coordinator, which means that I'm serving non-traditional students who are ages 24 and older. Right now we have students that are between the ages of 24 and 92 that are seeking their first bachelor's degree. So finding ways to help students to find a pathway to degree completion, whether that be starting their degree for the first time or maybe finishing a degree that they've maybe started in the past. And helping to remove barriers for them and elevate their success.
Yeah. One thing I noticed instantly when you started speaking and talking about what you do is you absolutely love your job.
I do love my job. I love my students.
Yeah.
Yes, they're amazing.
A traditional student is up to age 24.
Mm-hmm.
Does it include
It is.
24?
It's technically 23.
23.
Yeah.
Okay, and so 24 and up, they come to you.
They do.
And
Which to me is like a baby, but
I know. I hear that from some of my older students that think of 24 as young.
Yeah.
But it's sort of, if we think about a traditional age group, those are often folks that are coming straight from high school.
Right.
And 4 to 5 years from that time period. So they're usually a bit younger.
and maybe those 23, 24-year-olds are hesitant because they're like, I should be done this by now. But,
Yes,
you are
that's-
creating that opportunity to make them feel less like that.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I hear that
Love
from
it.
a lot of students
Yeah.
of just feeling like they're sort of behind
Yeah.
on going to school if they're older than that. But USM has a large population of adult learners, actually, that are in our school. And so we're not a traditional age school, incidentally. So I let folks know that they will be among their peers coming back. So
where can folks take these courses?
Yeah, absolutely. So University of Southern Maine has 3 in-person campuses. There is a campus on the Portland campus. Sorry, said that twice, Portland. There is a campus in Gorham, and there's also one here on the Lewiston, Auburn area. And we also have online classes. So students that want to take classes fully online and finish their entire program in that format can. Or they could do a hybrid where they are affiliated with one of our physical campuses and take some online.
I
So
love
try to
that.
have different offerings to meet different needs.
It's not just schoolwork. During your slide presentation, you showed us social areas that were created and a food pantry.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So adult students, they want to get their degree and they have very busy lives and many, many responsibilities that they're balancing while they're in school, but they still really want to be integrated at the university beyond just their classroom experience. They want to meet others that are their age that have similar goals of getting a bachelor's degree. and space to congregate. They want to attend programs and events that are really tailored to their needs and interests at their life stage. It could be parenting programs, as in just one example, programs for military-affiliated students, things like that. So we have created an Adult Student Success Center on our Portland campus and continue to find creative ways to bring those programs to our other campuses and our online students as well, but really to create that space. And we have programs typically Monday through Thursday, every single week happening, both fun social programs as well as informative sessions, drop-in hours for different services that we offer on campus that we bring into the center to make sure that adult learners are hearing about those services and engaging. So it's been really wonderful, and people now just hang out in our space, and there are organic relationships that are being built among peers, so it's really lovely. Obviously, I'm serving people within a specific age range, but there are many different segments of the adult learner population, and they all have different needs. And sometimes they have more than one identity. So I'm speaking about, for example, parenting students that might have children at home or maybe even older kids that they're taking care of. We've got people who are caretaking for other people in their families. Again, we've got military-affiliated folks, which could be active military or veteran students or dependents. We have our immigrant origin community, so new Mainers that are here that are seeking degrees. There's folks that are looking for a second career, maybe trying to do a whole career pivot and need a new degree in order to move forward with that. And I also have quite a few retirees who are in school out of interest and not so much driven by a career need, but more just really being able to dive into a topic area that they have always, their whole life, wanted to learn more about. And the list goes on, but those are some big buckets of students that I'm supporting in different ways.
So it's never too late.
It's never too late.
Never too late.
92.
Yes. It's really never too late.
No, that's so great.
I'm
They
not
just
that
want to keep
far off, Pam.
a couple more years.
Call me up. Yes.
Gina, thanks so much for your time. What's the best way for folks to learn more about this program?
Absolutely. So going to the University of Southern Maine website, if you search for Adult Student Success, my information will pop up, my contact information and information just about the program in general. I can also be reached via email. My email address is gina.capra, that's spelled Gina, .capra at maine.edu. And, I'm happy to work with folks that are already enrolled, but I'm also happy to work with those who are maybe considering going back and haven't quite put the pieces back yet together or haven't committed, just to talk about options with no pressure at all. So happy to answer questions.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now we are joined by Sarah Conroy of Healey and Associates, HR consultant. Did I get all that right?
Yes, you did.
See, I was paying attention to your presentation.
Thank you.
And you had some very cute animals in your opening slide.
Yes, I did. I wanted to up the oxytocin in the room so people would want to hear what I had to say.
Yeah, sure.
We love cute puppies.
We do.
That's what I figured.
When you come to our office, you'll be greeted by two puppies. Well, they're not puppies anymore, but
they're always
right.
puppies.
we have two office dogs. Yep, we like puppies.
Excellent. Well, that'll get me there.
They're all baby puppies. Were those all your animals?
Yeah, some of them were angels at this point, but they were all mine, and they're all rescues.
And how many do you have now?
I'm down to one at the moment because I'm a little busy.
Yeah.
But
Well, it was a great opener for your
thank you.
presentation. I just want to let you know.
We appreciated
Yeah.
it, even though Katie beat you to it. We still appreciate
I know
more
when her
pictures.
slides went up, I went, man, I hope I'm not next.
Sarah, tell us a little bit about what you do at Healey and Associates.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me and thank you for
course.
asking. So I think it's best if I kind of try to explain it. You saw from my presentation that it's boring to look at bullet pointed slides because you'll never truly really understand the value, I don't think. So what I'm doing is helping to bring up an HR consulting and outsourcing practice as a part of Healey. So my services will wrap around the services that Healey already does or can be standalone. And so what I'm really trying to do is help small businesses and other businesses in Maine understand the value of HR and how to be more strategic about HR, because there's been a number of changes recently that are creating need that didn't exist before. I think most organizations have run into challenges in recent years trying to hire and keep people. That was already an issue. And with the advent of the Maine Paid Family Leave Program, I truly believe that's going to change a lot, and people will use their leaves, and so companies need to plan for the fact that they're going to have absences, and how are they going to have appropriate succession or workforce planning within their organizations to ensure their success ongoing. And so just I'm helping them think about that. I'm currently running a series of workshops on helping businesses figure out how to implement this law in Maine, because like I said, it's much more than just, hey, I signed up.
Right.
You know, it's how does this change your staffing plan? What does it change with your current benefits package? Because if you've already, have a very generous paid time off program, are you going to cut back on that because now it's going to dovetail with this other program? Right. So there's lots of tentacles to it. And so helping them think through that is what we've been doing in the workshops. And it's been eye-opening. I've gotten a lot of good feedback on it so far. I'm only one deep so far, but so far the evaluations have been great, and people are very grateful for the chance to sort of think it through in a very comfortable environment in a confidential way. My brand is much more collaborative and respectful. I'm going to meet you where you are. I'm going to try to help you figure out what you want to do, not what I think is a good idea.
Right.
It's time to step back if you've never done it before and figure out what your total rewards philosophy is. What is it? How does that fit with your mission, vision, and values of the organization? Is it adequately represent and fulfill the promise that you say you believe in?
Yeah.
And so if you can do all that and get appropriate, employee input about why they think this is a great deal and why we want to attract more people who do that or who respond to that, it's important. I'll give you a quick example if you don't mind. I found oftentimes when I deal with maybe nonprofit organizations who for many years have had maybe funding issues, and to make up for that, they've given people more time off. And so that catches up with them because then you end up attracting people who are looking for lots of time off.
Right.
So there becomes a growing gap between the number of hours that you need to get a job done or run your business or your organization and the number of hours you actually have available because of that. And so sometimes organizations end up cashing out benefits. And so what was the point of that time off if you're just going to pay it out?
Yeah.
So looking at those things strategically, it's a good time to do that now as you're looking at adopting paid family leave. There's also another thing that I'll be covering. I have an upcoming event with the Chamber here in Lewiston, Auburn, around sort of the top 5 things I think businesses need to pay attention to this coming year. But the other one is Secure 2.0. It's the big changes in retirement planning and what the employer's obligations are on their retirement plans. And so, there's a lot that we can do to help with that as an organization as well.
Great.
Sarah, what's the best way for folks to learn more about your services and to contact you?
Well, email's good. Ask Conroy, that's CONROY, at HealeyAssociates.com.
Thanks so much for your time today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Chattier than I thought.
Thanks for your...
You did great.
Yeah, great presentation.
Well, thank you. You're more than kind.
We want to thank our sponsors for today, Ruper's Beverage and Redemption and United Piping. And if you'd like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com.
Have a great day, and remember, don't bite your cat.